everyone. Again, hi to everybody out there on Facebook land. My next guest is Julie Barnett, and she, how do you say it?
That's perfect.
Perfect. And she's the owner of LOMOND Legal. Welcome to the show. I want you to first tell everybody about where you're from.
Okay, thank you, Carol. Thank you for having me. I'm Julie, as you say, and I'm from Scotland. So I am the Scotland girl living in Scottsdale.
I love that.
There you go.
And you're an attorney. But what we're going to talk about today is listen up, because employers make mistakes.
They do.
And you're here to help the people when their employers have made a mistake. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So is it? Could they make a mistake and you help them out of the mistake, or how does that work?
Both, to be honest.
Okay.
So mistake.
I'm gonna make you get rid of it.
Mistake, by the very definition, is an accident. Somebody doesn't. Very seldom do people do things willfully. They generally start very small, so they may forget to write down that they had a conversation with a member of staff about their performance or their conduct, or they may have forgotten to pick up with a conversation with an employee who was asking for an accommodation of some sort. So simple little things that unfortunately, if left or forgotten about, can escalate, and before they know it, they're in trouble with a lawsuit. And that's what we're here to do, so we can be there to help them at early stages proactively, or if the damage is already done, then we're there for damage limitation to help them out afterwards.
I have to say, number one, we're living in a different world today.
We are.
Now, I guarantee you that a lot of people who are older like me, that's an employer, don't think about the same things that other people do, right? They think about things that we don't. You may say something in a way that seems perfectly normal to you.
And that's the biggest risk that employers are facing just
Really?
now.
Let it, get it.
Because the landscape has changed tremendously.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
very
tell
much
me about that.
So 10, 15 years ago, certainly my own generation, we came from a background where if you didn't do your job properly, you were told you weren't doing it properly, and you just had to get up and fix the problem. And conversations where what we've now addressed is banter. That banter is a legal minefield for employers now.
Wow.
Society has changed.
Mm-hmm.
It was changing before COVID, but it's changed significantly post-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the errors that employers are making. What used to be allowed or permissible is no longer there, and it's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
And you need to make sure you write every little thing down so you have like a paper trail. It is both ways. But you can help on either side, right?
Either side, we're predominantly there for the employer, but
Okay.
yes, so our service is about a fixed price, all-inclusive cost, and that's about predictability, it's about value, and it's ensuring that the employer doesn't pay for panic. So if they've made the mistake and they need help, then that's where legal bills, etc., can run a bit wild and run away from you. And if they have us on board, then this is exactly what we're there for. So the fee that they pay ourselves is all inclusive. So we'll cover that lawsuit representation, so they don't have to panic about anything getting out of control. And hopefully, if they've got us on board, then they're going to be more proactive in their approach, and they come to us before things escalate to the point of out of control or a lawsuit.
Right, and lawsuits, nobody really wants to have to do that.
Nobody wants a lawsuit. I mean,
No.
the worry and contention that comes from a lawsuit, it keeps you up at night.
It's interesting, you call it all-inclusive. You never heard of that before.
So it's a very new model here in the US. It's not unique in the UK. And I'm looking to bring the business model here to give employers more value for money and a better service, to be honest, because they deserve better. And yes, that all-inclusive is, so whatever the predictable fee they pay us, it gets them everything. There's no caps, there's no billable hours, there's no deductions, so they don't need their separate insurance. It's like an insurance with ourselves. We'll take them from low-level, non-contentious, day-to-day issues, and if the worst happens, i.e. a lawsuit, then we also represent them in that lawsuit. They don't have to go and find a bucket of money to pay for an attorney.
It took a girl from Scotland living in Scottsdale to change the way we do things here. And it really makes sense.
It does make sense. I mean, for me, it makes sense. My background is in HR, and I'm a business owner, so these are the elements that keep you up at night. Business owners wear 100 hats, and the worry of a lawsuit could put the small business employers out of business, and the large employers, they're busting their budgets. So yeah, it's, as I say, it's not a new concept in the UK, but it's very new in the US, and I think it speaks for itself. Given that the landscape has changed, people have higher expectations, and this is one of them.
Well, it's important to have this number by your side, just in case.
Absolutely.
That phone number to call her is 480-519-7752. And the thing is she's also nationwide.
Yes, so we're not just Arizona specific. We can deal with all states in the United States of America.
Mostly in Scottsdale, but nationwide.
Absolutely, nationwide.
And the website is, and I'm going to say it, it's LOMOND Legal, which is LOMOND Legal.com. The phone number is 480-519-7752. What kind of businesses do you work with?
I have a particular fondness for hospitality and healthcare, more so because these are the businesses that have really tight margins, they have internal regulation, they have high attrition, so they have a real need day to day. And these are the organisations that we've got a lot of experience in, and as I say, in terms of them seeing value in our service, then they're the ones that's more tangible. But small employers, really any employer that has a need, has employees, have a problem, have a concern, want to do the right thing, then these are our kind of guys.
So you do free consultations?
We do, anybody that phones us that's needing help, I'll make sure that they're on the right path.
Their phone number is 480-519-7752. Check it out. It's LOMOND, LOMOND Legal.com. And I want to bring this to everybody's attention. I mean, you can have a handbook, you can do anything you want, but I think today it could be the littlest thing that could throw things off in a very big way.
Well, the biggest thing for those who do have those things in place, because most don't, believe it or not, is that they don't train individuals, they don't let them know, and they don't have evidence that these documents are in place and that they're adhered to and that they're consistently applied.
So, HR rules and all that kind of thing.
This is exactly, so we start with the foundations, we look at the roots, we look at what they've got in place. Sometimes we're starting from a blank canvas, sometimes we're changing what they've got. We put the control back to the employer, we ensure that those documentations are known by everyone, and we train people to make sure that they're actually applied consistently.
You know, I actually am surprised. Years ago, I had somebody who did those. I don't even know if you do help people with if they don't have, when you send a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Can you help?
Absolutely, and as I say, it's very common in America because most people are at will, so they don't even give contracts of employment, and that's actually a really important document, but people don't have it. Having documents in place just sets expectations for both parties, employers and employees, but it helps the employer regain a little bit more control. So they're very vital documents.
If you don't have one, I think you got to think, well, it's a new year coming down, right? So it's a new year, it's a new you. Let's get these things in place, number one. And also, maybe you have this retainer, you want a retainer, I don't know what you call that, where they just...
We do call it a retainer, and that's exactly what we would do. So there's nothing excluded. Anything that's employee related that they require to be put in place, we'll put it in place for them.
Is it better to have somebody, obviously, knowing the phone number and having that in your phone or where you need to have, maybe in your office, because you never know when that's going to come up. When do they call? I mean... Well,
that's it. I mean, it could be 24/7, and
exactly.
for restaurants and etc. and some industries out there, they are 24/7, so they need to have someone on hand. We're just there fighting the corner for them when they need us.
Now, you say that you also make the employer sleep better at night. Let's talk about that.
So that element comes from the all-inclusiveness of what we provide. So they know that when they have us on board, they can come to us for absolutely anything that they need. It's predictable, there's no hidden costs, there's no hidden fees, and we're looking genuinely and proactively at their issues that they have in hand. So we're not just looking at live issues that they've got, we're looking to see that what they do on a regular basis and ensuring that their risks are mitigated and continue to be mitigated as that business grows and evolves itself.
If you are a business owner and you have employees, you have to think about what's going on there.
Especially now, yes.
And the way you communicate.
Communication is key. I mean, that's not a new thing, to be honest, but communication is key, both verbally and written down, paper trails and audit purposes. If it's not written down, it didn't happen, and that's
right.
Certainly the way the courts will look at it.
Yeah, and so you have to make sure that everything is documented.
Buzzword,
right?
Absolutely.
And also, the things that come up, the things that do, you have to make sure that you have somebody who is a professional in that area.
Well, it certainly helps, but at the end of the day, what it is credibility comes from documentation, audit controls, and facts. And facts are always better if they're written down, you can point to them, because then they're unequivocal.
Right. just so that they understand again, because I know that you're from Scotland, that may not just understand 100%. Say it again, your model that is new here for Arizona, for the United States.
So our service model is to provide employers with a support service in HR and employment law, and that is all-inclusive, fixed price, and covers lawsuit representation. So there's no caps, there's no deductibles, there's no billable hours, there's no surprises. What they pay is what they get a service for, and that service is all-inclusive. It deals with all their employee-related problems.
And God forbid, you have to go to court, what happens?
If it's a lawsuit and they have to go to court, then LOMOND Legal is going to deal with it for them.
That phone number to call them, and listen, this is another thing. If you, it may not be you, but it may be someone that you know. Listen to what you hear. Where else but on Networking Arizona would you learn something like this? And it's so important for any business owner and employer to know. Again, her phone number is 480-519-7752. She's located in Scottsdale, but they work nationwide. They do free consultations. You should check her out. This is a different model. You've never heard of anything like this before, and she's getting it out here on this show. It's LOMOND, it's LOMOND legal.com.